Virgo, what's shaking? Welcome to the channel. It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. What's up? So guys, welcome to your June 2020 tarot card reading. This is going to be a general reading for the new month, and I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot deck to do this reading for you, and I'm going to pull a Romance Angel Oracle card at the end. So I hope you guys enjoy the read. I hope it resonates, but everybody please keep in mind these free readings are general for you. So, hopefully, I really believe that anytime you're guided to watch a video, there's going to be something in it for you. So I hope you find that something, and I hope you let me know what it is, because I'm always interested, what your favorite card was, or what your favorite moment was, or whatever. So yeah, we're going to dive in just right away quickly here. And I just wanted to thank you guys again for being here and subscribing to the channel and, all of that good stuff. So let's have a look at the main theme of the month. And if you guys didn't catch it, I am using the Gilded Tarot. I get people ask me which decks I use, so I try to announce it at the beginning. Main theme of the month, you guys. Well, sorry about it. Okay, Eight of Swords here, guys. So swords is like notorious, like not a fun suit. Represents air, represents your thoughts. And you can clearly see what's going on in this card, where she's bound on her knees, like crippled, blindfolded. But when you see the swords, this is generally of your own making. And maybe somebody's egging you on, because some people can be really cruel. So, and you can just really be trapped by your own thoughts, especially if you're listening to somebody else's outside influence. And this can come in like many shapes or forms. It can come in the form of media, telling you what you should look like, or telling you how successful you should be at a certain age, or your parents telling you that, oh, you're such a disappointment. You should be more like your brother, your sister, your cousin, blah, blah, blah. Not cool. And then your brain sort of takes that little seed that other people planted and makes it into this great big, sort of a pearl and an oyster. And then you're carrying around this big burgeoning, but it doesn't feel like a pearl. It feels like a thorn, So how do you take that thorn and turn it into a pearl? Really? So let's look at how. I just wanted to write that line down, because that's what I was gonna call you the video when I post it. So guys, really pay attention to the voice in your head and understand where it came from. It took me a long time to realize that the negative, critical voice in my head was actually my parents. Yeah, because I grew up being told things like how ugly I was, how stupid I was, how useless I was. Like my mom told me that she wished I'd never been born, and of course that affected me for a long time. And this is what I'm seeing, where you guys are put in this thought prison because somebody else gave you something negative to think about, and you believe them. So you don't have to believe everything negative that other people say about you, because that's a reflection of their own selves. But if you're a very vulnerable person, or you started to hear this at a young age, it's going to fester. So really pay attention. Whose voice is that anyway? Whose words are that are coming out right now and putting you in this thought prison where, nobody puts baby in a corner. So let's get you guys out of there. Let's have a look at past influence affecting this month. Queen of Swords. I really see that somebody that should have been defending you was the one that was sort of cutting you to pieces. Queen of Swords is generally a very protective person, but if there was some sort of perceived wrongdoing, or maybe you misspoke, or you stepped on a sensitive nerve for them, and then all of a sudden somebody where you felt like they should have loved you or protected you, or you thought you were friends, or you thought this was the world's greatest boss, it's like you stepped on the tripcode wire of their programming that they received from somebody else, because this happens to everybody. and they sort of unleashed the fury on you. So I really see that being the influence that you inadvertently and through no intention, and you guys are divinely connected here. Like, I really want you to look at the Queen of Swords. It's like her third eye is lighting up, but you're blindfolded. So it's like you guys are part of a karmic soul family, and you're here to heal each other. But right now you're in the phase. You ever put two cats in a house? You know, you have one cat and you're like, oh, they must be lonely, let's get a second cat. And they're both, they both like freak out when you bring the other one in. They're like, ugh. And then after however many days or weeks or months, they're curled up on the couch. So what I'm seeing, and I don't want to say cat house because that has a wrong connotation, is like you guys are sort of in that phase where you're like hissing and spitting at each other, but there's a resolution to be had here because you guys are here to heal each other. But right now, there's damage being done. There's damage being done. And I'm seeing that you're both being affected. And even though one person looks like they're in control and they're very posh and they're holding themselves very, almost with their, well, it's a queen, right? So she feels very regal and she could be in a position of power over you. And this could be a man or a woman. So it's got you bound. But the binding is in a different sense of the word, because you're bound by karmic soul ties to help each other. And the recognition is freaking you both out on a different level. It's probably not even entering into your conscious thoughts. So something has to happen here for you guys to be able to reconcile. So let me look at the roadblocks of the month, and there's the card. Oh, there's two cards. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. Yikes. Ouch. Prickly. Not the card we wanted to see. So the roadblocks of the month are the Ten of Swords. So you could be having like repartee with people and sort of slinging barbs back and forth. But I mean, the good news is you've probably had as much as you can take, and so have they. So the Ten of Swords, it represents an ending. And this looks kind of like a painful ending. But if you'll notice that the swords are not touching the human, even though the deer is like, yo, what's up? You know, there's going to be a narrow escape, really, where you guys can connect. And I actually pulled out two cards, and you've got the Seven of Pentacles. So you guys are going to come to an end here. Like if you're having any sort of a hassle or, you know, war of wits with somebody, you know, or you've got some ancient wound from somebody that they delivered and then stepped back and wouldn't allow you to say anything to them. And they are in a position of power, either in your family or at work, or, you know, I see a circle of mean girls and it's somebody that's at the top of the ladder. This is all going to come to an end so you guys can start rebuilding with the Seven of Pentacles. So that's nice to see. So yeah, you've got a bit of a cat fight to get through. But you can't back down. Like, you cannot back down. Whatever you do, you can't back down. You've got to hold your ground and say, I have absolutely no idea why you're treating me like this. It's unfair. You're going to have to show your salt, you know? You're going to have some sand, as they say. So let's see possibilities of the month. You've got the King of Wands. So there's a lot of fire in you. You know, the King of Wands, he's very well spoken. He's very, very intelligent. He's got a really high burning energy. You could have somebody coming in for you with the fire sign that is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. They could help you. I'm an Aries. Maybe this reading will help you guys sort of sort out what's going on and enable you to stand your ground sometimes, you know? If somebody comes at me like guns blazing and they're like just like taking out their day on me or whatever, the first thing I ask, and it disarms people, hey, are you okay, man? You know, is everything okay? Can I help you with something? And that like really takes the winds out of people's sails, and they're like, oh, I'm so glad you asked. And it can just change the dynamic to where one person is always on the attack and one person is always withdrawing, which I see is you, and somebody else keeps coming in. But you can back that off, and you don't have to be, hold on, I have to cough. You don't have to be aggressive in return or mean or rude or thoughtless or unkind. You just have to go, I'm pretty much done. I don't think I deserve to be spoken to like this. I'd really like to end this scenario and see what's really going on so we can build a future here, either separately or together. But again, you guys, like the recognition that this is part of your soul's journey is very important for you, because you were brought together for a reason, and it's so you could resolve something that's probably been carrying through your bloodline for centuries. I'm going to pull one more card here for you guys. So, and then we have the High Priestess. So, you know, really sit back and listen to your intuition and let your heart lead the way. Like, what if you were having this really horrible meltdown and somebody came in after you, you know, and made it worse? Like, what would you want somebody to say to you? And I'm sure everybody watching this has been in a bad mood and said the wrong thing or said something stupid or said something mean and then later went, oh my God. But then you see the person later and you're so uncomfortable that you can't apologize. And then you feel so bad that you just keep on doing it. So I think this is what is going on with this antagonist in your life. So you're the protagonist and you need to sort of act that way and to bring the resolution here, because sometimes taking the high road is such a relief where you're not like firing grenades back and forth at the other person, because it's just so pointless. So, and there is a mediator here available to you with the King of Wands, and this is going to be somebody that have experience and probably got a very generous heart that can help you, you know, mend fences or have them mend their fence so that they're not, so this is let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally, which is amazing, because, you know, maybe there is some sort of control issue and you want to control the situation, but, you know, going into something back at somebody with a level of anger or hatred or, you know, I'm going to get even with that person, it just always backfires, you know, especially if you're a really gentle person, just to have all these hateful feelings, and, you know, you can't control other people's emotions, and you probably can't even control your own. So if you know somebody that resembles sort of the King of Fire energy, particularly if they're a fire sign, this is going to be a really highly accomplished individual that handles a lot, probably has a great personality, you know, fire sign. Because this needs to end. This has been going on. You guys have been reincarnating and finding each other to have this like contest. And nobody's ever going to win. So it has to be resolved. And I really believe that it's going to stop with you right now, because you've got it. You've got the power here. And you've got the insight to do that. And now you know that this other person is in just as much pain as you are, but they're doing the wrong thing with it, directing at you because they perceive you to be weak. But you're not weak. You are gentle and generous. And everything that is fed to you, you're turning it in on yourself instead of diverting it outwards, but I think that there's only so and so much more that you can take. So really work on ways to approach somebody as if you're like diffusing a situation instead of retaliating, which is going to be really important. So, interesting read. Good luck with all of that, you guys. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Namaste. Bye.